Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2026 Netflix sci-fi action film War Machine. The film is co-written and directed by Patrick Hughes and it stars Alan Ritchson, Stephen James, Blake Richardson, Dennis Quaid, Asai Morales, Jai Courtney and Alex King. Now the film follows Alan Ritchson's character. At the beginning of the film we see him in the military. He is like a mechanic. I think he's in Afghanistan. And he is serving with his brother, played by Jai Courtney. They both kind of agree that once their tour is over, they are going to try and become a ranger, which is an elite American military force. They basically say they're going to join together. Something happens. The brother is unfortunately killed. And Alan Ritchson, who is simply known as 81 when he joins the Rangers, is determined to make it through this Ranger program to honour the memory of his brother. So the beginning part of this film is essentially him going through this rigorous training program, pushing his body to the absolute limits. And he makes it through to the final test. And the final test is a difficult kind of recon mission. They've got to go out and take out this enemy ship type of thing and then make it back across the finish line. And when they do that, they become a ranger. However, whilst taking charge of this mission, Alan Ritchson's 81, him and his team discover what they think is the thing they're supposed to blow up. They try and blow it up, but in actual fact, it turns out to be a giant mechanical, huge like war mech from another planet that has arrived to basically take out humanity. It targets Alan Ritchson and his team and spends the rest of the film trying to hunt them down, and they are essentially weaponless. Because they're on a training mission, so they've got to try and A, survive, and B, figure out how they're going to beat this incredibly dangerous extraterrestrial war machine. Right, what are my thoughts on War Machine? Well, when I saw the trailer for this, I was properly excited for seeing this film. It looked absolutely, completely up my street. Big fan of Alan Ritchson. I'm delighted with the success that is coming his way as a result of Reacher, the TV show. He's brilliant in that TV show, and he's getting lots of opportunities now. And I think this is by far his best that he's done so far since Reacher. This film is a banger, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely blowed my socks off this. It was brilliant. Yes, you can throw bits and pieces at it. It's essentially a cross between War of the Worlds and Predator. But it is done so well that you are immediately hooked with this. I mean, you're hooked for a lot of different reasons. Number one, Alan Ritchson, his character, what he's going through, why he's doing it, and to honour the memory of his brother, and the level of grit and determination he's showing to get through this program. You're immediately on board with this character. You're all in there. And we are gently and slowly introduced to other people in this, ranger camp, people also trying to become rangers. So you start caring about some of them as well. So by the time they go off to do this final training mission where they meet this extraterrestrial war machine, you've got a good feeling about this crew. You know what I mean? You like them, and you're kind of rooting for them. So then when it starts kicking off and there's all this explosions going off and this machine's attacking them and there's people dying left, right and centre, from that moment on, the film is relentless. It just keeps going forward. They've got to try and keep moving to keep away from it because it is hunting them, it's tracking them. And if it becomes within like anywhere near their vicinity, they are in big trouble because it has got some incredible weapons. So they've got to try and outwit it, you know what I mean? use their survival skills, and Alan Ritchson in particular, who's leading this unit. You know, he's got to try and outwit and outthink it. But the action scenes here are fantastic, guys. Honestly, they are brilliant. There's a fantastic they're all brilliant, but my favourite is where they kind of find this like RV unit that they need to kind of half repair, get it working, get it moving, and then the thing finds them and they've got to kind of get out of there fast in this RV. And there's this chase ensues with this RV, with this huge battle going on at the same time, with them at the back of the RV shooting at this machine, and the machine's shooting at them, charging at them, and it is proper edge of the seat stuff, and you're absolutely glued to the screen. It is done so brilliantly that you just can't not watch. But there's loads of other great scenes. There's a great river scene where they've got trying to cross a river, and you know they're all kind of potentially in danger of drowning. The initial scene when they meet this war machine is brilliantly done, and then the final confrontation scene I think is really well done as well. And the effects here I just think are brilliantly done. This war machine, and you could argue that the title War Machine is very relatable to this machine from outer space and Alan Ritchson's character at the same time. So it's a kind of a dual title for the dual characters really in the film. But the effects for this war machine are brilliant, really, really good. It comes across as believable. You believe something like this could exist. If you were going to send it to a planet to kind of scout out and, you know, get rid of the, you know, surface forces sort of thing. The sounds it makes as well. It's like it's growling at you because it kind of vents as well because it obviously gets really hot. But just the mechanical noises it makes, it just kind of sounds menacing. And it doesn't just sound menacing, it bloody is menacing. It's absolutely intense when this thing finds this platoon of rangers, trainer rangers, and it just lets everything go. I've got to say, guys, I was super impressed with this. For a Netflix film, I know they get a lot of flack sometimes for some of the films that they put out. They're a bit like paint-by-numbers films with just a big budget thrown at them with big actors. This actually feels like, if this was a cinema release, this feels like this would do very well in my opinion, because it's an audience pleaser. It's a fantastic, relentless action film, and I genuinely think, you know, this is, well, it's my personal favourite, certainly action film of the year so far. It's honestly, guys, it's a banger. It's on Netflix right now. You shouldn't miss it, really. It's a great film to sit down, put your feet up and just enjoy. I would love to see more of these films. It hints that potentially there could be more, and I would be well up for that. And this was a brilliant choice from Alan Ritchson. More of this, please. I think these are the kind of movies that he should be kind of aiming for. You know what I mean? Proper badass, down and dirty, gritty, like action films. I mean, I've seen some clips online of him behind the scenes stuff for this, and you know, he's talking to the camera saying, you know, it's the most difficult thing he's ever done in his life, and it looked like it were a nightmare to film physically because it just looked brutal on the body. But it's all on screen and it's paid off, and absolutely I strongly recommend this one, guys. So that's my thoughts on War Machine. Let me know your thoughts if you've seen it or if you're planning on seeing it, and I'll see you back here on the channel with more content very, very soon.